Okay, what's good everyone? Season 41 has begun and our first opponent is 4Loki. Probably the alliance everyone knows, the most famous one out there. But yeah, and it's home to Karate Mike who I'm facing right now. I'm fighting his 2 Gore. Essentially for this fight, just throw specials with Sorceress. She has Subdue, she's Tactic, she shuts down everything, and all I have to do is not block when he has those debuff buffs. That's what I'm gonna call them. But yeah, just knock him down to get off the protection and then just keep throwing your specials with the Fury up. And yeah, you don't really need to throw specials in your armor phase because you don't really want to block at all in this fight. Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward fight.
Or really the idea of it is straightforward. Just it's still very scary. I was probably most afraid of this fight. There was like basically 3 or 4 or 5 fights. I think it's 3 out of 4 fights I was scared of. There's this one, the Killmonger of Death, and then the Punisher on 38, which is the first time I've ever taken that placement, and it's a pretty scary placement. But I'll go over that later in the video. And for this part, I'm still throwing specials. I don't really care about protection because pretty much whenever I throw a special, I'm easily able to get back to another one with power backs and 5/5 Mystic Dispersion. And with the Tactic as well, when I Fate Seal him, I gain all the power back. So no need to worry about protection too much. It still does a fair decent amount of damage here. Yeah, you can play better around it, but and here it got really dicey.
I basically didn't want to bait out his special too because I thought the Bugos that would trigger on my block might kill me, so I was like, okay, maybe I'll just full send it and then just throw specials until he dies. And sure enough, that works. It got super sketchy over there. I just stopped my combo, I re-parried again, and then Jesus, my neighbors are so annoying. And then I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, and then I just finished with a full combo into SP2, and that finishes the fight. It probably would have pushed me to an SP3, and that probably would have closed the fight in case my SP2 didn't. Next up, we have Nimrod versus this kitty on Power Snack. A very nice fight, or just a standard Nimrod fight. I love Nimrod. It took me 2 Abyss Nexuses to pull this guy in. I'm so glad I got him on Christmas. This is the best Christmas present I've ever gotten for this game. Right there, I almost
pushed her to a special 3, which it probably wouldn't kill me because Nimrod's super tanky. Launched that massive SP2 and it kills her. Nice. Next up, we have Galen on 28. I don't remember the exact tile, but I'm going to be using Sorcerer here. She is Tactic, so he will never ever gain buffs. Initially, I forgot she's Tactic, or she has the Subdue Tactic on her, Jesus Christ. I was thinking like just spam specials and keep the Harvest low. That was my initial strat, but as soon as I went into the War Mat, I was like, oh, she is Tactic, so she easily shuts down this fight. I just have to throw specials. Essentially, I just want to throw SP1s with in the armor phase, whatever that phase is called, for the regen on block. And even with the prowess, when he launches the SP1, I just peel all that damage back. You can see right here. And yeah, I just want to make sure I have a regen on at all times, so that whenever he does throw a special, I just heal all the damage back. Just a pretty easy, simple fight. Sorceress is amazing. And unintentionally, I've become a Sorceress main because I've used her for like 2 or 3 times this war. This is actually the first war. Okay, I'm recording this after. So the voice recording you heard earlier, that was like a week ago. I was super tired. I just came back from a 3-hour flight, or a 6-hour flight from Hawaii, and got like 3 hours of sleep. You could probably tell, but yeah, I'm feeling better now. So it took me a week to finally finish up this recording. But yeah, so just for this fight, continue launching your specials. I'm hungry. Not really much to commentate here. I've already said what I wanted to say. Oh yeah, I'm in DSVG by the way. Man, I should really write a script. And he goes down, which is nice. Next up we have this Punisher on 38. Actually a pretty good placement. Because whenever he launches a special into your block, he gains a prowess. And whenever he has over 3 prowesses, he will be fully unblockable. Or the special at least. He also has the node where you parry and it places a disorient on you, so that's also very annoying. But I'm going to be using Nimrod for this fight because he has the ability to remove prowesses. So essentially, I want to play around Flourish because he has the Flourish tactic on him. I have to hit block from time to time, and I have to hit into his block whenever in my orange phase. Is it called Extinction? I really don't know all these nerdy names. I'm not like that. But this is the first time I took this fight. I've taken it 3 times this season. Though in my GT40 war, I took the same placement, and that was my smoothest, my cleanest kill on this placement. Except that vid got no views. So if you wanted to see a cleaner one, you could check that one out. Shameless plug right there. But probably because the thumbnail sucks. I think that's why. I just put a Ford GT40 on it. I'm choking on a chip. Okay. I'll live. So essentially that vid got no views, probably because the thumbnail sucked. I don't know if I should fix it or re-upload it. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it. But anyways, this was probably my least cleanest kill. I put an invuln on because I was afraid he would just hit me too much. Which he does. The SP1 does a lot of damage. But with the PS1, I could just nuke him with an SP2. This time I'm using an invuln, so I don't get to kill him as fast. But for my next 2 38 Punisher 29 fights, they go much smoother. Actually, there was one where I did get hit, but I didn't die. It's just a quick fight. I forgot to manage the flourish, and he threw an unblockable SP1 at me. Did same amount of damage here, so it's essentially just went like this, which isn't too bad. As long as I live, that's cool. So I heal him up, and I'm ready to take this Killmonger of Death. Initially, I did not think he could take this fight at first, but then one of my alliance mates took it off season, and it seemed very possible. So I was like, okay, I'll just take this fight and stop being a pussy. So yeah, he has Ebb and Flow intercept, and he gotta intercept him to knock down the protection, and he has Mighty Charge, so we can reliably parry him. I didn't put a white max here, potentially because whenever Nimrod parries, he gains an additional armor buff, and whenever he has an armor, for the amount of armor buffs he has, he does more damage with his shocks. So no need for a white max here. Went for a light intercept there. And initially I was concerned because he had no way of like getting around Reaver, but it really isn't too bad for this fight. So yeah, right now I'm gonna have to intercept and try to get to 10 of those charges. I launched the SP2 with the Fury up. It does a very good chunk of damage. And then right here I'm gonna use the Unstoppable to counterpunch, which as a counterpunch intercept knocks down the protection, launch the SP2, and the fight is over. That is the end of my first war against 4Loki. And we won. So, but yeah, this is my war debut at DSVG. I recently joined them, and yeah, I didn't die, so I would say I put up a decent show. So yeah, really hoping we get Masters this season. The Masters title is something I want to mark off my checklist, so for this game, and yeah, I hope we can do that. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care, have a nice day, and goodbye. Essentially for this fight, oh yeah, it's Karate Mike, by the way. Essentially, oh.